Here we welcome Jane Newman, Clinical Director at Peak Physio, Exeter, who is going to run through some basic advice to get you in the mindset for skiing this winter. Jane, some of us won't have done much ski-related exercise for quite some time. What would you advise doing to get in shape for winter 21?
The key thing to be fit for your skiing holiday is to remember three prime areas. That's endurance, strength and flexibility. For endurance, you want to try and use the muscle groups that you'll be using when you're skiing. The most similar exercises is ice skating, roller skating and rollerblading. Now I appreciate this isn't realistic for many. Other forms of exercise that are very good are cycling and running. Strength training is also very important. If you're a member of a gym, then it makes it straightforward. There's lots of machine-based exercises that can help. But if you're not a member of a gym, it's no problem at all. I can run through some exercises to do at home later. Flexibility is also key. Now before you start exercising, this needs to be a dynamic stretching exercise, and after exercise more in line with the more traditional type stretching exercises, static stretches. It's also very important to remember if you're carrying any niggling injuries pre-skiing to get those sorted as soon as possible. It really isn't very helpful to leave it to 2 weeks before departure to try and get on top of these. So if you're carrying any niggling injuries, get on top of those, and also fitness training, start sooner rather than later. So here obviously I can only demonstrate a few exercises from each, but really for a warm-up, an example of a dynamic exercise is taking the muscle through range, not holding it. For example, a lunge. Or you could be doing some squats, or you can be doing some heel flips. So rather than holding. Just a couple of ideas of strength exercises you can do at home. Again, you can do the simple squat. You can also do the classic wall slide, making sure your knees come out over the second toe. Now you're ideally trying to hold this up towards a minute close to your ski holiday and doing lots of repetitions of that to get the endurance up. Other exercises you can do, you want to be looking at balance and proprioception. So for example, standing on one leg, making sure you've got good balance and then doing knee dips, so the knee following over the second toe. It's very important for your balance and proprioception to be good, as well as your brute strength. Other areas to look at are your core, exercises such as bridging, lifting the hips up, hands up towards the ceiling, and then you can lift one leg to get the core going. But also, as I said, if you're going to be skiing on more gentle slopes, you may want to do some work for your triceps. So find a step, for example, and do some lowering exercises like so. Obviously there are only a couple of examples of strengthening exercises, many more you can do at home. And at the cool down at the other end of the day, more classic stretches you're familiar with probably, like a quad stretch, like so, and a calf stretch against the wall, straightening the back leg, feeling a pull at the back of the leg. It's very important with skiing not just to do one plain exercise. You do a lot of lateral movement when you're skiing, so don't forget to do sideways strengthening, walking along, as well as stretching as well. So you need to be doing stretching of the inner thigh. Hopefully that's just a few exercises to get thinking about.
Jane, we're all guilty of getting rather excited before a ski trip, heading to the mountains, not having thought about our own fitness. How can we best avoid injury?
Well, first and probably most importantly is what I've been through regarding fitness. So making sure you've got the endurance, strength, flexibility, you correctly warm up and cool down at the end of the day. But there are other very important factors to put into account. Things like equipment. So if you are hiring skis, it's very important that you hire it from a good reputable company or a shop where the bindings are set correctly so that your ski will come off if you fall awkwardly but won't come off if you're going too fast over a little bump, for example. It's important to wear layers. Weather can change quickly on the mountain, but safety equipment such as helmets, wrist guards for snowboarders are really important. Hydration is another factor. It's very easy to get dehydrated in the mountains at the altitude, and any small amount of dehydration will affect physical performance. Fatigue is another classic point. We all really want to do as much skiing as possible. Most injuries happen towards the end of the day when we are fatigued. So just when you are getting tired towards the end of the day, sort of said, let's just do another one. Just have a take stock and just think, have you got enough energy in the tank to do that? Alcohol on the mountain is another issue that we need to really take seriously. Alcohol does affect your balance, your proprioception and your risk-taking judgment. So just be careful how many van shows you do have on the mountain. That's just a few tips, of course there are many more.
Jane, from all of us at Ski Weekend, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time.